You need to hear this if you're a paranormal enthusiast. Ready to dive into the unknown? Join the Tristan channel as we journey through spine-tingling paranormal encounters, unexplained supernatural phenomena, and perhaps some eye-popping UFO sightings. Our world is full of mysteries, and together we'll explore the eerie, the bizarre, and the downright unexplainable. From haunted houses to cryptic creatures, we'll react to the most chilling and baffling compilations. So if you're ready to test your courage and expand your mind, hit that subscribe button and let's unravel the unknown together. Welcome to the adventure. Welcome to the Tristan channel.
Hello and welcome to the Tristan channel, or welcome back if you've already subscribed. And in this video I'll be paying a long overdue visit to Goose Pimples. It's been about 2 months since my last reaction, and this is Halloween V2 featuring Sleep is Cancelled. So, as always, any video that I react to, is the link to their channel is in the description below. And with that, let's see how good this is, shall we? Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Number 7. Ghost Hunt Gone Wrong. It's never a bright idea to go full Rambo mode into one of the most dreaded paranormal sites in the state, especially when you're a noob in ghost hunting. Why? Because you'll go from that to running for your spare pants in a heartbeat. That's exactly what these Mystery Inc. wannabes found out when they decided to explore an old creepy-ass building. Let's just say the experience was a bit more than they could handle. Take a look.
Looks like somebody fell through the roof or something. These are stairs. Oh no.
God, it's like potato quality camera.
This is a room. Can't really see, but it's just a big empty room with, it's like the fireplace caved in or something.
Can't see, mate, because your camera's potato.
See that? Alright, let's go in here.
Oh, snap. Watch out, guys.
This is creepy, dude. You hear that? Creepy.
Hey, guys, look at that hole.
Huh?
Looks like someone tried to...
Creepy, man. Hold on. You hear that? Quiet, you hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard something. You going first?
Can't hear you, mate, so shut up.
Whatever it was.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Do you hear that?
Oh.
Just say, do you hear that?
Kitchen is overheating.
Bricks falling down. This whole wall's gone, dude. That's crazy. Old stove. I don't know. Hold on, you hear that?
Oh. I heard it too. Oh, man.
Oh, let's get out of here, man. It's creepy.
Oh, hello.
Oh my! Get out of here!
Armed with their poor equipment and a few kids who should have just been doing their homework, they ventured into their old boarding school, once said to have
It's kind of like the hills have eyes, doesn't it?
been destroyed by a cannonball during the last Civil War, tragically killing everyone inside. As they moved deeper into the building, eerie whispers began echoing from the shadows.
Creepy, man. Hold on. You hear that? Quiet, you hear that?
I don't know how you can tell, mate. All I can say is that, you know that thing, it's kind of like that bit in Lord of the Rings where like Gimli's making so much noise, and it's like, you know, the elves can hear him and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like it's that sort of situation.
And their unreliable flashlight was doing them no favors. Shaken by the growling coming from the shadows, they decided it was time to turn back and head for safety, but not before coming face to face with a chilling figure lurking in the hallway. The sight of it sent them all into a full-blown panic, racing toward the nearest exit in pure terror. But come on, let's be honest, wouldn't we all? Number 6. Laundry room poltergeist. On a quiet Friday night, while just trying to handle some laundry, this lady got the shock of her life. Everything was chill, just hanging clothes to dry, until she turned away for a split second. And bam, this happened. Take a look at the bone-chilling footage caught on her security camera.
Ooh. I'm gonna get on your nerves by moving your laundry. Oh, what a bugger. What a bugger.
Being home alone, with her husband working late, she swore it was the first time anything like this had ever happened. They were sure the house wasn't haunted, until now. Judging by the way the rack crashed violently to the floor, though, it's pretty hard to deny there might be some otherworldly stuff at play. I mean, clothes don't just get yeeted off a drying rack, and racks don't topple over with no wind. Did you catch the cat bolting right before everything went haywire? Of course, there could have been strings pulling everything, but we don't see any in the footage. Could it have been a pesky poltergeist having some fun? You decide. Let us know in the comments.
They are notorious for being bastards, aren't they?
Hey, what do you think of the new design? Dark, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you better hurry up because the Halloween edition ends on the 7th of November. And once it's gone,
too late now, mate.
it's gone forever. Number 5. The Hat Man.
Oh, here we go.
After a long night of partying, a group of girls, along with a few guys, were driving home, pretty cooked, when they decided to make a quick pit stop at a local store. Little did they know that the night still had one last thrill in store for them. As they pulled up to the parking lot, one of the girls, still feeling the effects of the night, spotted something strange in the distance. At first, the rest of the group brushed it off, thinking she might have had one too many drinks. But determined to prove she wasn't just imagining things, she pulled out her phone to record. What she caught on camera left them all in stunned silence.
Está cerrada la Dairy Queen, güey. A ver si hay en construcción. Cállate. Y hay un señor allá adentro. ¿Qué chingados hace ahí, señor? ¿Qué hace ahí?
He's having a late night coffee.
Es un señor con sombrero.
No se ve nada.
Ya no se ve, pero sí se... No.
Ah, no, sí está.
Sí está.
Ah, ese es el velador.
Ay. Un velador no se va a vestir como si fuera, no sé, turista o acapulqueño. No se va a vestir
como la
así.
muerte, para asustar a la gente y no se vayan a robar por eso.
A man in a hat briefly appeared sitting in the corner of the store, except this was well past closing time, and no one was supposed to be there. What made it even creepier, he looked totally relaxed. Not exactly the vibe of someone sneaking in.
But also, when they panned round, it looked like he disappeared.
Security guard? Maybe? But how come he vanished as soon as the camera panned? She swears the figure kept appearing and disappearing before she finally caught it on video. Was it a spirit hanging out in the shadows? Or just a reflection playing tricks? We'll leave that one up to you.
Not being funny, mate. On some bits, it looks like you could say that, but there's a bit where he looks really solid. You can definitely see a solid hat, etc. You know what I mean? Ooh.
Number 4. Chilling basement sounds. This scary video is about to take you deep into the Welsh countryside, where a quiet couple's life took a terrifying turn in June 2018. Alan and Christine Tate had lived peacefully in their cozy home for over 11 years, when one night, Christine heard something strange, eerie sounds coming from all over the house. The kitchen, the bathroom, even the basement seemed to come alive with unexplained noises, leaving them utterly freaked out. Determined to find out what was going on, they set up recorders around the house. And when they played them back, well, Take a listen for yourself.
Isn't that birds? Sounds like birds or something. Oh.
They scrambled to figure out the source of the blood-curdling screams. But as they moved from room to room, one terrifying realization hit them. It wasn't coming from outside, and none of their neighbors were the cause. But unfortunately for them, it didn't end there. Soon enough, the sounds became even more terrifying.
That's bizarre.
Banging started day and night. Drilling sounds so strange they even began to wonder if these were demonic growls. Hours and hours of these scary noises got captured over time, and they weren't about to just sit around and take it. They checked with their
That's what she said.
neighbors, thinking maybe it was construction work. But nothing. They even put their ears to the cellar floor, desperate to track it back. But nope, nada. The sounds were coming from inside their house, muffled, almost like they were coming from some other dimension. Or maybe a portal to the underworld itself. Desperate for answers, they decided to take things into their own hands. They dug a hole in their kitchen floor and dropped recorders inside,
that's a
hoping to
corpse.
capture whatever was lurking below. But instead of answers, they got even more chilling sounds. Spooked beyond belief, they took the recording straight to the police, hoping for some help. But as you might have guessed, the cops didn't buy it. They called it paranoia and gave the place the most half-hearted investigation imaginable, claiming there was nothing unusual.
The thing about that is, there could be like an old crime scene that hasn't been found there. You know what I mean? It's like, do you remember like stories where it was at the most haunted pubs or something like that? I could try and think of one. I can't think of one at the moment. There's one in America. There's quite a few in America, isn't there, where you hear about people being buried in the basement, and it's kind of like years later they actually look into it, don't they? And they find remains and stuff in the in the ground of the basement. It's like, man, you could be passing up something freaky in the ground.
And this is where it gets real interesting.
It could be like
Alan and
someone's
Christine
body.
weren't about to take the L. They did their own research and uncovered something that made their fears all too real.
Because that not that ghostly noise of them of the drilling could be like an echo of an event. You know, he could have killed the people and buried them in the floor of the house.
They found out that an abandoned World War II bunker and a hidden underground road ran way too close to their property, almost 2.5 miles from an old colliery. Suspecting they'd stumbled upon some kind of illegal underground operation, they did what anyone would. Packed their bags and got the hell out of there, living out of a camper van to stay off the grid. A few weeks passed and silence. No one heard from them until a strange
look at that.
poster surfaced in Gloucestershire, hinting at what might have happened. To this day, Alan and Christine are still completely in the dark about what might have been happening beneath their old house, making this one of the most unsettling mysteries in modern Britain. But what was really happening underneath them? Was this elderly couple right in their suspicions? Could the cops have been in on it? Or was it just a clear case of paranoia? Drop your thoughts in the comments section.
Ooh, it's definitely freaky.
Number 3, the cursed mummy. When it comes to the
They couldn't do that really these days, the prizing house and state of the country at the moment.
Normal, YouTuber The Willow Project is as skeptical as one can be. He's always believed that ghosts and all things supernatural are just cap, tales spun out of fear and paranoia. He believes there's always a logical explanation for any so-called paranormal activity. So to prove his point once and for all, he decides to visit a local antique store and buys the item with the spookiest backstory he could find, without even waiting for the owner's do's and don'ts. Feeling
That's what I'd done. I got some added positive reputation just in case there was truth to it. Because the last thing you want disturbing your family is something that's got a negative spirit. But I got some as some of you may or may not know, I've got some haunted dolls, and unfortunately nothing's happening. But I don't view it as a waste of money, because in a way they're antique dolls. They might be worth something in the future.
pretty stoked about his dope item. He set up his camera to film the unboxing of his latest acquisition. But he made the fatal mistake of throwing away the little note left inside the box, because he couldn't understand what was written there. It didn't take long for things to go south, as he...
That looks so much like a prop from the Curse the Mummy with Christopher Lee in it, doesn't it?
He claims to have been losing sleep, hearing voices through the walls, and lights flickering on and off when no one is around. His followers, mostly fellow skeptics, brushed it off as just another stunt. However, as he records himself trying to make them believe, the lights in his bathroom start going berserk, with a doorknob mysteriously moving. But
also, that paper scroll doesn't look old, does it?
The entity he brought home was just getting warmed up. A few days later, after returning home from work, he walked into the bathroom to find it completely trashed. At first he thought his roommates were pulling an elaborate prank on him, until he noticed the taps running by themselves. With no one else home at the time, he instantly knew it had to be the mummy acting up again. Then things got even creepier.
And look out, I know mummies are well preserved, but look at the tissue, the bandage on that mummy. And not only that, it's like, how small is that person? Or baby? You know what I mean? Whatever. It's like, I don't know, it looks like a film prop, like they say in the comments. You know what I mean? What do you reckon? I reckon it's just a film project. Because those bandages look too clean to be ancient. I mean, you can clean mummies up, but even in the museum, they still look like aged and horrible. Not horrible, but you know what I mean? And that with the scroll, it could be just like a novelty piece. Like, you know, because when looking for haunted dolls, there are brands of certain dolls. Like, they look modern looking, but they're called like cursed dolls or brats or whatever. And, you know what I mean? There is actually like a novelty dolls. You know what I mean? And that could be a novelty doll. You know, or he could have made it himself. It could be, this could be like a film project. You know what I mean?
As the evil began spreading throughout his house. One night, as he was trying to sleep, strange noises echoed down the hallway. When he stepped out of his room to investigate, this happened.
You guys hear that? What the hell? Hello?
Because there was that guy who had the flat with a woman in the flat, and it looked legit because he wasn't trying to make money from it. But it was quite funny because nobody caught on. Well, they should have caught on. But on his Facebook profile, it said that he was an amateur filmmaker. So chances are it could have been perfectly, like a perfectly good film project with his girlfriend being the spirit woman, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But he did it. And but the thing is, if you look at Tim Morris's work, it's not impossible. If you're a student of amateur films and you know film stuff, it's not impossible to really make a good video. I mean, it's like, look at Tim Morris's stuff. It looks bloody legit. Although, as we found out down the road, it's all fake. You know what I mean?
Come on. Seriously. Hello?
Is it me you're looking for?
Hello? Oh, shit. This is fucked up, man. That's crazy.
Someone, or something, kicked a ball toward him. And when he entered the bathroom, all the lights were mysteriously dead, while the knobs started moving on their own.
Yeah, that's what she said.
All at stupid o'clock. Despite these terrifying events, his followers remained skeptical, dismissing it as a hoax, and daring him to set up cameras in the bathroom to prove it wasn't all smoke and mirrors.
Because the light's not working. That could, if you look at the place, it looks like he's doing it up, so that could be why the light's not working.
So he did just that, setting up 2 separate cameras.
Now here's the thing, see. Now while people, this occurred to be a while ago, but I keep forgetting to say it. You know when people disprove stuff where they had 2 separate cameras. I mean, Ben and Laney did it, but the thing is, what gave it away is the thing on the table. I think it was like a fruit basket that was out of place. This still doesn't prove anything. What you need to do is, what would be more convincing is if you actually went live and did it on a live feed, because the problem with 2 cameras, especially this sort of camera, I mean, you can put a timestamp on it if you go into settings with any sort of camera, but there's no time index or timestamp, so he could be recording it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know if you've got 2 cameras set up, they could be recording at any time, so you can still make it work. You can still fake it, if it makes sense. You know what I'm getting at, I mean.
But the cameras captured even more eerie moments, like the bathroom cabinet flinging open on its own, the taps running, and other inexplicable incidents. By this point, it was getting harder to discredit his claims, but the real shock was yet to come. His cameras were about to capture the most terrifying evidence yet.
And also, I'm not saying this case, I'm just giving some sort of rationale or some possible explanations. But I reckon also you could probably mask yourself out of a thing. If you filmed, say for example, the video is 10 minutes long, so you film just an empty bathroom for 10 minutes, just that, and then you do one of yourself. That's what she said, and then you can mask yourself out. And what makes it easy in this particular case, I suppose, I mean, I don't know much about it, but what I'm saying is I think it's a lot easier in this case because there's so little in there to worry about. It's mostly just a white door, white wall, very little clutter on the sink. So I reckon it'd be easy to do if you knew software, whatever. Because also the doors are a bit, they're like, you know what I mean? They're a bit stiff. That's what she said. You know what I mean? Just cooking up the ideas. It's interesting how it bounces back, you know what I mean?
This clip drove the point home. There was absolutely no way he could have opened the cabinet himself, proving once and for all that something supernatural was at play. From that moment on, he came to terms with the fact that this entity had become a permanent part of his home. He even started playing what he called a game with what...
See, that looks so paper. The more we look at it, it seems very papier-mâché, doesn't it? Oh, the other thing I just popped in mind, I always tend to forget, is to mention... I'm not saying you should fake stuff, because I hate it when people fake stuff. But if you are someone who's stupid enough to fake stuff, don't use string. The best thing you want is fishing wire, because it's not, well, if you had really good state-of-the-art, if you had really good software, you could probably spot it. But fishing wire is 10 times more harder to pick up on film than string is, you know what I mean?
Must have been a friendly ghost. Take a look.
Guys, this is what I've been doing for the past few days.
Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, it's just, how do you know there's there's no one hiding in that
so
cupboard?
Nuts, dude. Yo, I kid you not, there's like, for the 100th time, there's nobody behind there, and I have 2 angles running.
Well, he's about to disprove it
I'll
now.
turn on the light. You see me? I'll close the door behind me. Okay. Check this out. There's nobody in here.
Interesting.
Nobody in this room. I'm literally at the entrance. As you can see, we're gonna turn on the light. Nobody's underneath there. As you can see, turning on the light. Okay. Closing the door. Closing, and remember, I do have 2 angles running. As you can see. Okay. This door is closed, and I'm right here. You see this? Nobody's here.
This is good. If he's faked this, is really good.
In this unit, as you can see, I'm at this corner.
The thing is, don't forget he's put this together. It's not live, is it? So when he's going, I've got 2 cameras running. This could be at any time. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot better if you put a time index on. Which some of you probably say, yeah, we can fake that as well. I know, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at.
Of the room. I'm opening this door. Nobody's here. Nobody's here. Nobody's walking. Nobody's crawling. Opening, see on this angle here. I will show here, as you can see. I will show here. Again.
If it's fake, it's good.
Nothing.
Well, I can't think of it at the moment.
Nothing.
Well, I gave you some ideas, but
as you can see, okay. Nobody's on this angle. You see this? I'm telling you. I'm not alone.
Not alone.
I'm not alone. What the hell? I closed this door.
Nice bathroom, eh? Nice clean bathroom.
What the f***, man?
Among all this madness, you might have missed the doorknob moving just before the door opened on its own. From what we've gathered, this guy is a gamer on TikTok and had never posted paranormal content before taking on this strange quest. Do you think these are real paranormal activities caught on camera, and that he brought home a truly haunted piece?
I don't think that item's... I mean, it's good, but I don't think that item's haunted. It looks too film proper. You know? I could be wrong. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. It could be a modern-ish item. I mean, it could be a replica or something from... You know, it could be something from like a museum piece, a replica or something, and that's got something attached to it. Not saying that's the case, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, that could be a fair thing, but... Just looks too... And yeah, the scroll looks a bit... Pardon me?
Did that
Pardon me?
move?
Let us know in the comments. Number 2, Phantom Intruder. On the night of July 2024, this family's motion detection camera captured something so terrifying it left their faces pale in fear. Living in a neighborhood known for high theft rates and the occasional wild animal wandering into homes, they had installed cameras for extra protection. But just after midnight, one of the cameras detected movement in one of the rooms, alerting them to a potential intruder. What the camera picked up that night, however, was unlike anything they'd ever imagined. This was the chilling footage that made them seriously consider leaving the area for good.
you are under surveillance. Attention, 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 you are under surveillance.
So that's the security system.
Attention, you are under surveillance. 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 Attention, you are under surveillance.
Alright, you could cut the sound out. That's getting a bit annoying.
Attention, you are under surveillance. Attention, you are under surveillance. Attention, you are under surveillance. Attention.
Oh, that's the alarm. Oh, that's quite clever. Instead of making an irritating noise, you'd be like, mind you, it wouldn't still put them off. I mean, cameras and shops don't put people off of doing stuff, do they? So, I know, cameras seem to be useless these days, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, itchy, itch.
You are under surveillance. Attention, you are under surveillance.
Attention, you're under surveillance.
Attention, you are under surveillance. Attention, you are under surveillance.
The wind can't move the bike like that, especially when it steers about.
Attention, you are under surveillance.
Someone, or something, was seen riding their kid's bike around. Although quite subtle, there's no way it could have been done by the wind or someone from the other room. The bike kept moving, even after entering the room, without a single soul in sight. How do you even begin to make sense of this? Number 1. The haunted basement. It was a pretty chill Sunday afternoon, and Reddit user VanillaBear24399 decided to film her 2 dogs playing in the living room, while her brother played video games in his room. Everything felt normal, until she started hearing strange knocks and the unmistakable sound of a doorknob turning. Turning her camera toward the source of the disturbance, she captured this.
Go on, Rambo it. Open it, go on. Don't hesitate, don't fuck about.
According to her, this was the first time something like this would happen in years, let alone be caught on camera. But the house itself isn't free from a paranormal past. She claims that although the house belongs to their parents and isn't particularly old, there have been instances of eerie knocks and small noises here and there that often left the family unsettled. Adding to the creep factor, she shared that she's dreaded the basement town storage room since childhood. She always felt like someone or something was watching her from the shadows. Every time she went down there, she'd feel an unsettling tightness in her chest. She also recalls a time while growing up when she saw a fully formed figure of a man standing at the doorstep of her bedroom as she read a bedtime story to her younger sister. Since they had no male guests then, and the figure was only there for about a second, she thought she might have just imagined it. But this wasn't the only strange encounter around the house. Her brother also once saw a figure like the one she'd seen, only this time it was in the basement. And on another occasion, her little sister screamed so loud that it woke the entire house. They rushed to her, thinking she was being attacked. And when she eventually spilled the tea on what actually happened, she said that she'd seen a shadow at the bottom of the staircase. Now that they've managed to catch something on camera, will it be enough to convince their parents to have the place cleansed? I guess we'll never know.
Well then, that was Goose Pimples. Some of them were good. I'm not sure about that. I mean, it seems pretty convincing, you know, with the 2 cameras and that, but I'm not sure, because that mummy thing, something about it looks like they said the comments, it looks like something like a film prop or something like that, with a, because the mummy didn't, the actual sarcophagus bit looked like it's made of paper mache, the bandages weren't aged, or they look fake, like an effect aged, they weren't like proper aged, if that makes sense. And the scroll looked too brand new. But anyway, they were good, weren't they? So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know which ones. Let me know if you've had any weird experiences as well. That should be good. But in general, let me know what you think of these videos. Yeah, do you think they're legit, or do you think some of them were suspiciously fake? Or if you were to fake it, how would you do it, etc. Anyway, as always, much appreciated that you took the time to sit through these and watch them with me, and to listen to my little chestnuts of thoughts, etc. And if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe, because it'd be great to have you here. And with that, I shall see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.